The following is a production of cprundown.com. The views and opinions expressed by the hosts of this podcast are those of the individual and not of any affiliated companies. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Rundown on Fun, a weekly podcast covering the Six Flags Entertainment Corporation, the amusement industry, and everything to do with fun. Here are your hosts, Karsten Anderson, Evan Schultz, and Kyle Hu.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of the Rundown on Fun, a weekly podcast where we cover Cedar Point, Six Flags, and everything to do with fun.
And you still haven't figured out what you were going to put after what
Nope.
you say, but we could just dive right into it, you know.
He'll get there. Kyle will get there eventually.
Yeah, welcome back, Kyle. We missed you the last podcast. It obviously wasn't last week, but the week before.
Yeah, I've been very busy lately.
Yeah. We did tease a little like epicness was going to happen, and that kind of is paused a little bit. So,
Well, I guess the epicness is happening probably as y'all are as this is being dropped. The epicness is happening.
Yeah, well, if it happens, I will be at Epic when this podcast drops or shortly after.
Whatever time they actually open.
Yeah.
so
That's so cool.
If you see Kyle at Epic, give him a high five. Give him a
Don't take pictures of him. Though.
I
You'll
do-
get kicked
yeah,
out.
no-
I do still
pictures,
need
no
to.
pictures.
I do still need to put in quotations if it happens. I'm
Right.
not certain, but I have received a soft invite.
Yeah, that'll
Sweet.
I'm super jelly. Now I know what you felt like when Evan and I were like, "Bye, we're going to Taco Tues's media day.
Yeah.
See ya." And you're like, "I really want to ride it. Really."
Well,
want
and
to
at that
ride
point too, he did think that he was going to ride it at some point last year.
Yeah.
And we know how that worked out.
it." Yeah, right. Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, let's just jump right in. We got a little bit of a small little update. I don't think it's gonna be long. We always say that, and then always
This is going to be a solid 30-minute episode.
Yeah, this really
it always
shouldn't-
ends up to like an hour.
This really shouldn't be long because I just came off of 2 solid weeks of people being here, and I have 1 day of downtime to get my life back in order, and then more people come, and it's just busy. So
Yeah.
I'd like to go get some
Well,
sleep.
that's what you get for moving to Orlando.
I know.
Yeah, go home, go bed.
Well, I am home, but I can't go to bed because we're doing this.
Fair. All right. Anyway,
All right.
so we've got
What's going on with
Siren's
Siren's Curse?
Yeah, Siren's Curse update-ish, I guess you could say. I was fortunate enough to be around in the Sandusky area, and lo and behold, I was like, "Ooh, I've got
Battery.
a little bit of an update where they're moving very, very quickly on the track." And now I can't confirm or anything where if everything's completely done because we haven't gotten an update besides the awesome, cool sounds that from a construction site that Cedar Point keeps releasing. But I was able to see over by Battery Park, and today was Saturday. Go out to Battery Park. Go check out the park from across the bay. Enjoy the nice weather. And Evan likes to say, "Go touch some grass." Even though
Well, that's when I'm being mean to enthusiasts that are keyboard warriors.
even though the grass
But,
is kind
okay.
of dead right now. But yeah, so enjoy the day. But anyway, go check out Cedar Point from across the bay. Really cool. Siren's Curse, it's obviously plugging along. The last update that we were able to see, and stuff and everything, they're just moving along. I did see, you can see the actual lift from Battery Park now and everything, which is really cool. And it looks like a lot of pieces got installed. Looks like the mostly all the drop and everything was installed. I will actually be probably on Saturday or so. I'm going to probably take out my DSLR and be really nerded out and go over to Sandusky Bay and get some pictures from across the bay to see what's going on, kind of thing, since we haven't really been able to see on the webcams and things like that. Speaking of webcams, not exactly sure what's going on at the park right now, but one of the webcams is literally looking at one of the islands in the in Lake Erie. Yeah, if currently we're recording
right now, but
we're currently recording on a Thursday, late Thursday night, and you can see where the I was like, oh, maybe they're testing Top Thrill 2. Maybe, I don't know. We've been
that honestly, that could be it.
Maybe they're just like, let's just make sure. My theory, maybe, I don't know, but maybe they're testing Top Thrill 2 at night when it's dark, because people are going to flock like crazy, be like, oh my gosh, it's testing. We don't even know if the trains are there yet. Like, honestly,
it's a safe assumption, but yeah, we don't know.
Right. Yeah. The last update, I think, was what was our guy from Chicago? I'm so bad with his name.
Ryan. What's his first name?
Lashak.
What's his name? Marcus Lashak. There we go.
Marcus Lashak.
Ryan came from.
he asked Tony, and I don't know if we talked about this in the last update, but he asked Tony and was like, hey, any update on when the trains are going to be here, or if they've been shipped and stuff? And this was a few weeks ago, and he's like, yep, they're on their way, and so that was kind of like pretty much it. So it's like, are they there?
Yeah, I feel like they're not going to waste any time once the trains get there.
Yeah, definitely. They're just going to be clicking, boom,
who knows,
boom. I mean, we've got currently on Thursday, we've got 37 days,
something like that. And the other thing is, even though the track isn't done, Siren's Curse, they could be starting to test the tilt function out.
That is, yeah. I mean, I don't know what needs to be done or whatever.
Not that the webcam was pointed at it, but
right. Yeah. So we're just looking at islands. Maybe they're testing Millennium Force with the new lift hill stuff and everything, and they just don't want anybody. I don't know.
Maybe the lighting package is going to be so spectacular on Millennium that they don't want anybody to see it, even though you can see it from across the bay.
maybe, or maybe maybe there's like something going on at the island, and Tony decided to move the webcam and say, hey, check that out, so
or Tony clicked the wrong button. Whoever operates the webcams just put it in the wrong spot.
Hey, anyways, looking at the water. So that's the Siren's Curse update. I don't know about you guys, but I'm super pumped for this.
Every time I see anything more about it, I just get more and more excited.
Anytime they release anything, it doesn't matter. I'm like, ooh, a new.
It's still, since I haven't seen it in person, I haven't.
Oh, that's right. Fully, yeah. Oh,
I haven't fully come to terms with the fact that we have it. Like it doesn't exist yet in my mind.
Yeah.
It's going to be like a shock when I walk in on opening day, even though it won't be open yet. It's going to be like, wow.
it just takes over that midway. You're just like walking. Like I posted that picture where literally you're walking down that midway towards Iron Dragon, going away from the train tracks, and literally it's just like right there, and you're like, whoa. And so in my head, I'm just trying to visualize. I'm like, where's the midway gonna go? Like, how's this go?
Well, look, so we've been used to bottleneck midways at Cedar Point between the Top Thrill Dragster, Top Thrill 2 midway, and then now when the construction walls went up for this, we'll be all right. Yeah,
for sure. But I mean, that's pretty much my the update that I've got. What about Rapterra? What's going on over on that one?
It's not really opening time for us yet, but parks are starting to open. Carowinds opened last weekend. Or maybe it was even the weekend before. Kings Dominion opens like probably 2 hours from when this episode drops.
That's exciting. I'm finally getting back.
So yeah, if you're listening and you're in the DC area, go to Kings Dominion. They're open. And Rapterra opens this weekend. Friday evening will be the pass holder preview day, and Kings Dominion opens for the general public on Saturday. They had their media day for Rapterra. Of course, obviously we weren't there because we're in Ohio, but man, all the footage I saw from Rapterra, it looked phenomenal. It looks way smoother than people thought it would be. Everybody has said it's been pretty smooth, and it's really good, and it's right there with Thunderbird, and the theming looks incredible. And I've gushed about that ride enough. But yeah, Rapterra opens today. So that's
today.
Cool.
Yeah.
Today. Yeah. That's all I can say until I ride it. I think we're finally done talking about that ride until we ride it.
Yeah, I'm super stoked to take a peek at that. I want to sneak over there.
Well, you did see it. The track was almost done when we were there.
Remember? Right. Yeah. No, yeah. I think maybe the track work was done. I can't remember.
If it wasn't, it was close.
It's very, very close. Yeah.
That's a cool ride. The way that it interacts with the midway, they've done such a great job with Jungle Expedition. And then the Pantherian or whatever for the rename for I-305, and maybe
And they also
getting some retheming.
I was going to say, they also said, if anyone listens to Coaster Radio's podcast, they also Mike had someone on from the park, and they were like, yeah, we're not done with the area yet. Like they were like, oh, so it's like, are they going to retheme Kyle's favorite ride of, not Flight of Fear, but the what is it, the stunt track or stunt coaster?
Hey, we've been saying Jeep retheme of that ride for the last.
Oh my goodness! If they make out like little Jeep
this
stuff or whatever, oh my gosh, right? That'd be crazy.
Flight of Fear needs a heavy retheme too, because I don't think a UFO fits the Jungle Expedition thing. But if they say it's a UFO that crashed in the jungle, then it'll work.
Yeah.
Or they can just get rid of it.
I don't know. Yeah. So it'll be interesting.
All right. Next up, Wrath of Rakshasa. I gotta think about it every time I say it.
That was the correct word. Yeah, that's Wrath of Rakshasa.
Did I get it?
Yeah, you got it right on the first rip.
When I typed it into the rundown, I literally just spammed the keyboard because we all know what I'm talking about. What's going on with that?
Okay, what's going on with that, buddy?
So last I saw, it looks like the track work is done or almost done. Not quite done yet, but almost there. Like a few segments left. And that thing, moving. Yeah, they're moving. That thing is coming along quick. I don't think at this point they'll probably make opening day, because I mean, what's opening day for Great America? Like 3 weeks?
Maybe April, end of April, something like that.
I don't think they'll make it for opening day, but I mean, I feel like they could probably target like an early summer opening.
Memorial Day.
Yeah, like Memorial Day, maybe first week of May.
Didn't we say that? I think we said that. Did we say that this one was going to open first? Before
I don't remember what our bets
I can't remember, but I thought
Siren's Curse.
I honestly thought we said Siren's Curse was going to open before this, but damn, they're flying. They're flying.
This is the quickest Six Flags coaster in quite some time.
Yeah. Sorry, Kyle. Continue.
No, I mean that's
cut you off.
No, that's pretty much my update. Just that they're moving really quick, and it's track is looking like it's nearing completion.
Yeah, they also had a tour. I think it was 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah,
2 weeks ago, something like that. Sorry, the days and everything's just kind of combining. But they showed off like the trains, and I believe it's going to be 54 inches to ride. Like you have to be 54 inches in height, right? Inches.
I can check, but before I close the window I'm on, they open April 18th, which is a Friday.
Perfect.
I feel like that sounds pretty in line with some of the other B&Ms. I mean, isn't like Raptor and Rougarou and those, isn't that 54 as well?
Yes. The ones with the vest restraints though tend to be 52.
Oh, okay.
I think it might be on there if you look on their social
I'm looking.
media.
It's not even on their ride page.
Oh.
I don't know. I'm not going to dig for it.
Maybe it wasn't announced. Maybe that's rumor. But
yeah.
I mean that like Kyle, I agree that definitely I think matches up with you know what that's going to be. But yeah, this literally just went up out of nowhere because we were like, whoa,
it really went up quick,
and then just like boom, 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 boom. Oh, hey, by the way, it's pretty much done. Like, whoa. I mean, same thing with Siren's Curse, but Siren's Curse is really like a smaller footprint and not crazy heights like this one. But yeah, I don't know. It's definitely flying for sure, and it'll be nice to have a brand new coaster at that park because that park needs it, and I think that'll be a really good addition to that park.
Yeah, I know I'm going to go up there for a weekend at some point this year because my girlfriend has family up there, and we'll sneak a Six Flags visit in too. But there's a like maybe 20% chance that I go up there for work at the end of May.
Ooh.
Well, that chance is pretty high, but the chance of it being an overnight is pretty low. It's but if it's an overnight, I will definitely make my way to Six Flags after work.
That's even better, especially when you're getting paid.
I don't
have to take PTO to go up there.
Can you make it an overnight and just stay overnight, like on your own dime?
I don't know. I mean,
I don't see why not.
We're talking about literally driving up there at like 4 a.m., getting there at 10 a.m., doing what we got to do, and then leaving at like 4 p.m. in the afternoon.
and then going to ride Wrath of Rakshas,
So
and then going home.
I could stay, but like my boss, who I would be going with, would be driving home. So I mean, I guess I could if I wanted to like catch a flight home, but
or
that
maybe you
defeats
could
the
just
purpose.
be
Now
like,
it's expensive.
if you're real tight with your boss, just be like, dude, you should ride this ride. We need to go to Six Flags. It'll be really cool.
He's been to Hershey Park. He rode Wildcats Revenge before I did.
You need to really sell it. Just be like, oh my gosh, they're brand new coast, and
but then it
gets you in like for free. I mean, you just got to sell it a little bit, and you might be able to work that out.
But I don't know if it'll be open by the time we go up there. We're going right now. It looks like the week of Memorial Day. We'll be up there.
Oh, hopefully that's not
that's
like.
Gonna be. Ooh, I'll be for media day.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you could be at that.
Boss,
media
we gotta
day.
leave at midnight so I could get there for media day.
Yeah, you be there at that media day, and I'll be at Siren's Curse media day. Like, wah wah.
No, they're not going to open at the same time. I'm telling you that right now.
All right. I think Sirens. Yeah, I think you've. I've said Memorial Day. I don't know. I feel like
I'm sticking with Memorial Day for Sirens.
Might be Coast Mania. They might just be like, oh, surprise! It's open for you guys.
I kind of hope it's not Coaster Mania because I'm probably skipping this year because I have a wedding that weekend.
Oh my gosh, Evan is losing.
Can we not?
I selfishly hope it is because I will be there and I will once again be paying to stay at Breakers.
You know what,
No,
Kyle?
it won't be open yet, but at 3 a.m. after the event ends, you'll see the tilt going.
Yeah, right. You'll be like, oh, look, it's starting to tilt. Oh.
And it opens the day after Kyle leaves.
Yeah, right. Whoop, wah, wah. So anyway, speaking of stuff that opened, there was a Vertical Velocity at Six Flags A Great Adventure that had their media day today. That opened, and I didn't really obviously get to see like a ton of pictures because I worked today and stuff or whatever. But everything that I heard is it's got really good airtime. The trains are really comfortable, and this is also a Vekoma.
Which will have the same trains as Siren's Curse. Just saying.
Right. And also like they said that it was very smooth, and there was like all the launches and everything just looked really cool and peppy and stuff and everything. So
I was impressed when I saw like the POV come out of it.
I was like, oh, I'm like, you know what? I know that park has gotten so much crap this off season by so many enthusiasts, and oh my goodness, can we just say for just a second on a little tangent? So this is why we don't post or don't really say anything about the rumors that we hear. I don't know if you guys heard, but I saw on my social media feeds of like, oh, the Vertical Velocity didn't pass inspection. It's not open until July. It's like, shut the up, because oh my God. Just
meanwhile,
give a bone. It's like, and then I loved that someone was like, oh, hey, by the way, there's like I don't know if like they have to post it online with like New Jersey rules and stuff, but they're like, oh, it's actually been approved and it's on the approved list. Thanks, bye. And it's like, for the love of God, everybody just needs to take a step back just a smidge and just not believe every single typing of everything on the internet is actual Bible and actually 100% true, because 9 times out of 10 it's not. So
without fail, Six Flags Great Adventure opens as we record in a couple days, but as you guys listen today, and the Flash will be open. They have pass holder availability for it, and God, people, if I start complaining, I'm going to get on a tangent. But
we'll end up with another hour
because I saw that same crap too. Oh, they're making everybody go into media day get like unofficially hired by the park. Like what?
Like that's the craziest. I don't know who's coming up with all this crap.
And if you click on their opening day on their calendar, like it'll show like even Cedar Point's calendar does this, shows like what events are happening that day.
Yeah.
You click on March 29th for Six Flags Flash Vertical Velocity event. So guys, I think it's opening and everything's fine.
So
it looks really cool though. I'm genuinely impressed by it. And
I can't wait for like the 600-foot coaster that they're going to build next year and be like,
this is just the little teaser.
And
you mean the giant coaster they're going to build to replace King Ka that's going to be leaps and bounds better than King Ka could ever hope to be?
Exactly. It'll have better reliability. It'll have just yeah. And like I said, I'm so sorry. Like when I would go to Cedar Point, Top Thrill Dragster had a line. When I went to go check out King to Caw on a Saturday, there was no freaking line. So all these tree huggers and coaster huggers and whatever just coming out of the woodwork are like, oh my god!
All these people that acted like they love that ride.
Oh, the king lives on forever. Oh,
so that ride was a migraine, and everybody knew it.
Anywho,
I did not like King to Caw. I've had like, if I rode it 20 times, I think like 2 rides were like
tolerable. Yeah, I liked the drop tower that was on King to Caw more than King to Caw.
Yeah, because it didn't rattle my brains to death.
I was like, can we save the drop tower and not the King to Caw? Oh man. So anyway,
stupid. Anyways,
you got that World of Fun update, Evan?
Yeah, just keep on trucking through. We don't talk about Worlds of Fun like ever. That's true. This is like kind of old info at this point, but it's still worth talking about because I don't think it's still since the last time we recorded. They posted a blog just kind of like highlighting all the like random little things they're doing to improve the park this off season. One of those things that they didn't include is that Timberwolf, their 1990s wooden coaster, will not open this year. We don't know why. It doesn't sound like it's closing for good because it's just, I don't know. Following what the Six Flags Entertainment Company has been doing lately, I feel like they wouldn't have said anything if it was closing for good. They just would have ripped it down. Just saying. So I don't know what's going on there. But along with that, which is probably a 2026 thing to watch, is Zambezi Zinger, which opened, 2 years ago?
Something. Yeah, something like that.
They're, for some reason, enclosing the lift hill. They didn't go into why, but I've heard it's really loud, so why not? And it might help with maintenance.
So it'll be loud inside of a building. That's cool.
Yeah. I guess, it's a spiral lift hill, which is kind of weird for a wooden coaster. So maybe enclosing all of the mechanisms will help it be more reliable. I don't know.
Yeah.
So
that's
a thing that's happening.
There's dew in the air or something. Maybe it has trouble.
It slips or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
We don't really talk
weird about the park, so
they don't go into detail as to why, but they're doing it. So
maybe they're gonna theme it and do something in there, and they're not just like
cool.
I mean,
like
maybe
they have like a light show even for like just something stupid and cheesy.
Do
a shed.
Oh no, I was actually thinking of like doing screens, but like showing like old video of like something of the original, maybe.
Yeah,
that would be cool. But
with Hall & Oates playing in the background.
Yeah, right. Oh, here she comes. Yeah. Right.
Oh, we didn't even put that on the back. We didn't put Kings Island's big news in our rundown. We got to talk about that.
Yeah. Just talk about it.
Anyways, we'll get there. So the other wooden coaster at Worlds of Fun, I literally lost the name of the park. Prowler, which I've ridden, really good ride. It's a lot like Mystic Timbers, but rougher. They're kind of trying to fix that because they are putting in 400 feet of GCI Titan track, which is basically just like what RMC's been doing with their steel track. Think Steel Vengeance track, but on a wooden coaster.
Now, Kyle, that's the kind of track that White Lightning has down at Fun Spot, right?
Yes.
Oh, that's butter smooth.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know.
White Lightning's phenomenal. That is a great ride. So yeah, there's only 400 feet of it going into Prowler, but it's probably a trial to see like kind of how it works.
Karsten,
so that's cool.
Really, if I can jump in really quick, I'm sorry, but after you left Universal on Sunday, we all decided to go to Fun Spot.
Oh. Did you ride? Did you get? Wait, first of all, did you sucker anybody into buying you a free ticket?
No, I paid for my ticket.
Oh, okay,
no,
okay,
yeah.
all right. And then second of all, did you get to ride that coaster? I can't remember the name of it, but yeah,
White Lightning. Yep.
Yeah, White Lightning. Oh,
it's such a good ride.
It's such a good ride, especially in the even the very back. It's so smooth. Mm-hmm. It's a good coaster. That's a good one.
And it's fun going there after a day at Universal. It's quite the
that was what happened.
Quite the departure
was Universal closed at 9, and we all did Hagrid's like right at 9, and then we were like, well, we can go to Fun Spot. Don't have to go home yet.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Until midnight every night, and there's like 6 people there.
Oh, that's a bummer because my flight was like 10:30, and I'm like, ooh, they're going home. Yeah, and then they're like, oh, I saw Snapchat photos of like them at Fun Spot. I'm like, FOMO. Come on.
Yeah. No, that's a good ride.
Yeah. Anyway, you want to talk a little bit about Kings Island?
No, so there's more from Worlds of Fun.
Oh, okay.
They're still going.
All right. It's why we don't talk about them, because like they released a new update, and then they've got like 17 different projects to list off.
Yeah. So this one, it started last season, but Mamba, their Morgan Hypercoaster, if you've ridden this Dorney Park, Steel Force is basically the same ride. It used to be gray and red, gray supports and red track. They are repainting the track green. Why? I don't know, but sure, why not?
Interesting. Okay, all right.
And then Zulu, which is their Enterprise ride, their Witch's Wheel type ride. Yeah. They're repainting some of that.
Which I was happy to see, because, oh my goodness.
It's nice seeing that get some love.
Yeah, because I was like, is that going away? Because
it says, departing from its previous yellow, Zulu's ride vehicles will be repainted green, orange, redwood, and yellow.
Ooh.
And then I'm still continuing. They're still going.
Wow.
The Boomerang Q line is getting expanded in new shade structures. Fury of the Nile, which I believe is their Thunder Canyon ride, that is getting a new shade structure. The Spinning Dragons roller coaster is getting a new shade structure in its line.
Wow.
Kids Water Activity Playground and Oceans of Fun is getting repainted. Calypso Cafe was renovated in 2024 and will reopen this season. And then their water park, Oceans of Fun, is getting, as Cedar Point and Kings Island did, 21 and colder, the frozen cocktail bar. That's going to debut in their water park this year.
Geez,
so 21 and colder is like the new, the new brand, quote unquote, brand name that they're putting in all the parks.
Yes, Six Flags was like, we've got all this extra cash. What should we do? And they're like, oh, we haven't done anything for Worlds of Fun in a minute. There you go. You know,
we have $500,000 left in the budget. What can we do with it?
Oh, 500. That's probably like, we have like $5 million left in the budget.
All right, let me bring up the Beast stuff. I can't believe we forgot about that.
Yeah, there's huge news on the Beast. Yeah. I'm so pumped. I'm totally going down for a single day trip. Literally, I don't think I'm even going to stay the night. I'm literally going to go down there super early in the morning, open the park, literally close the park, drive home, and then sleep the whole day the next day. But because I'm so excited to ride the Beast. But yeah, share that news.
Yeah. They've been working on it for what? Since basically like 2020, they've been replacing bits and pieces of it. Yeah. Well, of its 7,361 foot long course, they are replacing 1,600 feet more of it than they've done in the last few years. So by the time the work is completed, more than 20% of the Woods Coaster track will be replaced. That's just of this year. They've probably replaced 100% of it by this point. The project encompasses the section from just before the second hill. So when you go down the first drop, you go through a tunnel, you turn left. That's pretty much when the retracking starts. From that point through the brake shed, which is that weird long straightaway that doesn't really do much and was the roughest part of the ride, in my opinion.
That is true. Yeah, yeah.
And the mid-course tunnel. Karsten, you would know that as Bliss.
Yes.
That tunnel, including the track immediately before and after it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
That's a ton. That is what was the roughest part of the ride.
Wow.
So that's really, really, really
exciting.
Now,
did they say who's doing it? Is it in-house or is it?
No, but I mean, Gravity, they've been working so close with Gravity Group. I gotta think. Think.
Unless it's not. Unless they're just like, well, we're just going to do it on our own and see how it lasts.
I mean, Gravity Group did that, and they did Racer, and Racer's phenomenal. They just finished up Racer last year. So, yeah.
Or maybe not. Maybe they didn't. Maybe they didn't. They're like, it's not as intense as that ride section. So then maybe we don't have to do. Which is,
if you look at the pictures, that turn going into the straightaway, it looks like they're completely reprofiling it, which I don't think that's an in-house job.
That would probably take a lot to do. Well,
or I mean, maybe it is, but you see, maybe it's not as intensive a job. No, it is.
Yeah. Wow.
So I don't know. Whoever does it, Kings Island takes great care of their rides too.
Yeah.
If Kings Island does it themselves, I'm sure it'll be just as smooth as Gravity Groups. Just might not hold up as long, but we won't talk about that. Yeah, this was so out of left field. They announced this a week ago. And I think it's supposed to be ready for opening day, because if you look at the pictures, it looks like it was more fall time that they were doing this. And it's probably close to done, or if it's not done close, it is done.
Right.
So Carson, I hope it is open for opening day, because I remember the last time they did a big overhaul, it wasn't ready till May.
Right.
So
yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
They didn't say it wouldn't be ready for opening day, but they also didn't say it would be. So,
right. Yeah. You're just assuming, and then
we'll see.
Oh, hey, by the way,
I'm sure when it takes its first test run, which should be any day now, they'll post it, because they always do.
Yeah. Yeah. They've got less than a month until they open, and Cedar Point's really close to a month.
So they open on their pass holder day is Good Friday, which is
April 18th.
Yeah, April 18th.
See, I can't remember.
Their official opening day is April 19th.
I can't remember what I did today, but I can remember the.
Can't remember what you ate for dinner. Record at 8:30.
I'd be like, oh, Cedar Point opens on May 3rd. Be like, oh, did you put the dishes in the blah blah blah? I'm like,
nope.
I can't remember.
No idea. No clue.
Yeah. So.
All right. So that's. I think. Did we forget anything else?
I think that's it.
Everything.
I think maybe just a little quick blurb. I did find out through the videos and through the update of Wrath of Rakshasa that Tony Clark, thank you, pretty much the person that's in charge of all the PR stuff at Cedar Point, and then he also is doing, I believe, since the last update, I said that he was also in charge and being in that position per se at Michigan's Adventure, but then also it did get said at this press event that that Tony will be also pretty much like a PR person at Six Flags Great America, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's like this whole region. So,
and then I'm also not gonna lie, it's really cool to see. Like, I remember you saying, how they're quote unquote cedar fairing the Six Flags parks, to where it's like, hey, we're actually getting behind the scenes pictures of like the coaster being built and teased, and the right aspects of everything, and not just being
and by the way, here's like 6 new food places we're gonna have this year.
or it's like, hey, there's a footer in the ground, and then like it goes 7 months, and then you're like, oh, hey, by the way, that coaster just opened up in August, and you're like, huh?
Yeah.
So it's nice to see.
Speaking of that kind of stuff, Six Flags New England just posted a big update from their coaster, Quantum Accelerator. Track is done, and they're going to be testing soon.
Ooh.
Which is the kind of stuff they might actually make opening day.
Okay.
That's the kind of stuff Six Flags would never do before. Just saying.
Yeah, it's really good. And then I'm telling you, and we're gonna have some guests on, maybe, or something. I don't know. We'll have to figure out, because we're gonna have to get away from, because we behind the curtain we do this on Skype, and I think Skype's going bye-byes. So, but maybe we can have some fans on and interact with us and be like, hey, how was the food at all these other different Six Flags parks? Because I think it's gonna be night and day from last year compared to this year.
100%. I've already heard that from over Georgia.
Yeah, it's just like, wow, like, we were missing this, from everything. So, but yeah. So, anyway, Kyle, you have a last update for us or anything of what you're going to be up to, and a look ahead?
Besides the universe of Epic.
Yeah. I mean, besides that, I'm boarding.
We're not going to hear from you from a little while, right?
Yeah, I'm boarding the Disney Treasure a week from when you all hear this. So I'll be on the Disney Treasure from April 5th to April 12th.
So it's a 7-night, right?
Yes, it's a 7-night. And then closer to home for me, I don't think we've talked about it yet, but over at SeaWorld, they announced a name for their new flying theater ride, Expedition Odyssey. Looks pretty cool. I've been seeing some of the behind the scenes stuff come out on their social media channels, and I think they did a hard hat tour not so long ago. But
nice.
That ride system looks really cool. That's the first one in like this hemisphere. The only other ride system like it made by Mach is in Vietnam, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Oh wow! But for like comparison's sake, it's similar to Soarin' at Disney, right? Ish.
At its bare
It's not the
bones,
same ride system, but kind of that idea.
at its bare bones, yes, but it's a little more advanced than Soarin'. It has a dramatically greater range of motion,
Ooh,
and it also
interesting.
has different axes, so it can move. It can do a couple maneuvers that Soarin' can't do.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
That'll be really cool.
But yeah, I mean, at its bones, I mean, it's a flying theater. But
Good.
still, I mean, they're kind of teasing like a spring opening. So I mean, I'm
maybe you'll be
thinking
able
that.
to-
Yeah, I'm thinking that
Oh.
that thing's gonna be open, any week now.
I was gonna say, hopefully you're not on your cruise, and they're like, "Oh, hey, by the way, it's opening," and you're like, "No."
No, I think it'll open May 22nd, 21st. What day does Epic Universe open? It'll open the day before.
22nd. Yeah,
Yeah, right. Right. Yeah.
we'll see.
Just to see, we have a little bit of spotlight.
Yeah, right.
I
See.
I got to play guest this weekend at Universal, something I haven't done in a long time.
Ooh.
I mean, I don't work there, so I don't know why I said play guest. I'm always a guest, but
You just don't go very often.
I mean, I
Now that
don't
Horror Nights is over.
I don't go for longer than like 2 hours.
Mhm,
I'll say that. But Saturday and Sunday, I pretty much open to close, and then Friday I went over. God, I don't know what time did I get to Carson, like 5:30 to like and then
Something like that. Yeah.
So that was fun. I haven't done those parks like that in a long time. I got
since Horror Nights.
Yeah, I got to throw beads in the Mardi Gras parade on Saturday. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, can I just say, a little bit behind, everyone was like trying super, super hard, and then Kyle's just like, "Ooh, I got a spot." I'm like, "Dude, we're going to see Pauly D from Jersey Shore. He was DJing, and it was a really good concert, by the way, really fun, cool. It was free too if you have a pass. But anyway, and so I'm like, "Kyle, you coming?" He's like, "No." I'm like, "What?" "Yeah, I want a spot on the parade." I'm like, "Well, who else is doing it with you?" Like, "No one. I'm just doing
Nobody.
it myself." I'm like, "What the hell?" I'm like, "Okay."
I'm not
I'm like, I won't be able to see you because the way that everything's all set up, you can't really see.
I was
but,
like, I'll wave from the
yep.
big gator.
Yeah,
I do have
I'm
to shout
not-
out to Kyle though, but he did hook me up with a bunch of beads. So
Yeah, I'm not super into the concerts at Universal. Nothing against them. I'm just not really a concert person. I don't do good with loud. Like, I'm fine with crowds. I'm fine with people, but loud things just get to me. Like, I can't handle it. And it was even pretty loud for me. Like, I stood way back by like Minion Cafe, and like they were all like up front. So I mean, I'm content with where I saw it.
So you just want to be on a loud parade float instead being in a loud concert, right?
No, that concert was way worse. At one point I was like, well, I think he's almost done, so I'm gonna go get dinner before like you all get out of the masses. And like I could still hear it at the arch, like the Universal Arch.
Oh wow.
Oh my God.
Yeah. That's crazy.
But
I would not want to be at Universal on a concert night. I can't even imagine how busy it gets.
yeah. I mean, honestly, it wasn't too bad. And Sunday,
I guess Horror Nights is probably worse, right?
yeah. And Sunday wasn't bad at all. I was expecting Sunday to be way busier than it was. Sunday was really nice.
Yeah, it was pretty nice.
It,
Weather was
honestly,
good.
like I have nothing to base this on. Like vibes are totally different, but to me, it felt like a Sunday at Hollow Weekends. Like the weather was a little bit cooler, the crowds were a little bit lighter, but like the sun was
less
out,
rowdy.
and but like the sun was out and it was nice and warm. Like I don't know, it felt really good at the park on Sunday. I had a blast.
I would agree. Yeah.
Any day at Universal's a good day.
Yeah.
I'm
But
hopelessly jealous.
other than that, I don't have much going on. I'll definitely talk about my cruise next time I'm on, and if I get to go to Epic and if I'm allowed to talk about it, then I suppose we'll talk about that.
So what we'll do, Carson, you have a friend that went to Carowinds last weekend or whatever, so he'll give us a real life trip report.
Yes.
And you said his girlfriend's not really much of an enthusiast, so that'll be kind of a different perspective.
She's a newer enthusiast. Yeah.
So that'll be a cool, newer, different perspective of Carowinds, which is quite the thrill park.
Yeah.
And then we'll probably take a week off, and then we'll have a Kyle trip report episode.
Yeah. So probably next week we'll have an episode, and then we'll take a week off, and then Maybe I'll have. Well, maybe I'll have a trip report for Kings Island. Maybe.
No, that'll be the week before Kings Island for you.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah, and then we're hitting the ground running when the parks start opening and things like that or whatever. I do want to say
recording 2 days before Kings Island opens.
I do want to say quick shout out. If you want, or if you're curious to see how Skyride closes for the night, I did upload. I was just randomly looking through videos, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot.
Random.
Right, I totally forgot to upload the video of that I recorded last summer of them. Literally, we caught it when we were walking out of the park where they were shutting down the Skyride, and it's like a 2-minute video or so. Check it out on our Facebook page, where you can see how pretty much they put Skyride to bed, and
weird random dorky things.
Definitely process for sure. If you're, going through everything, but yeah,
if you're into that.
Yeah. If not, we'll just listen to the pod and watch the little countdown updates.
While you're on your way. No, you could watch that video while you're in line for Rapterra after listening to the podcast on your way to Kings Dominion today.
Dang, there you go. And then also make sure you make sure you check out the update that I will have, hopefully with Siren's Curse and taking pictures from across the bay and everything. So, but yeah, that's pretty much all I got.
That's all I got.
Let's wrap this thing up. All right, that's all I got. I will talk to you guys when I'm back on shore. Yeah.
Well, thanks for listening. As per usual, Kyle, I'm super excited to hear about everything you're doing. It's epic, and the cruise, and that's the big Disney cruise ship. So exciting. So really excited to hear about that. And talk to you next week.
And make sure that you follow us, and make sure you share this podcast with all of your friends and rate us. We love to hear from you guys.
Thanks for listening to the Rundown on Fun. Don't forget to follow us on social media for all the latest updates from Six Flags Entertainment. And remember, always be kind to your ride operators. See you soon.